everyone. Turn 33. Plenty of stuff going on. 2 casts of Eyes of God. 1 from Astral, and then 1 from Sargassia. Sargassia's was the one that stuck. So now Sargassia can see the world. They shared the score graphs with everybody. They shared everything with everybody basically. Like overall, overall land distribution, and the score graphs, which obviously like I can only see mine here, but and what else did they have? They identified who were like the tops in various areas. So like my buddy Greenskins North is actually one of the top gem incomers. But we have more or less a normal amount of land, whereas some of these empires out here and out here are just truly enormous. I mean, Macedon and Sargassia, like that would be a super powerful team of 2, and then they got 2 more allies on them. Also really powerful are Lentia, sitting on about 70 provinces was their estimation. So definitely strong play from them. Also, one thing I did not realize is that Ulm had gotten into the basement. So Ulm controls this land over here, which good on them. So that makes, well, like Ulm is doing a lot of things right. They've got construction 7, so they've got Forge the Ancients online. They've got quite a grip of land. They're selling all of their forged gear to everybody in the game, so they're getting a huge amount of gems. And we're enabling them because we're buying like 30 lanterns from them. So yeah, Ulm's in a great position. It's also deceptive because like on the overworld they don't look that scary, but then they've got another like dozen provinces down here. And then who knows what's happening up here. Do I have someone that can walk there? Nah. Who is this? Nekahara, which is also part of that team. So that is just dandy. We are funneling research to Greenskin South, and the goal is that they'll basically boom while Greenskins North and I deal with Chassos and the like. Still need to figure out exactly what dealing with them looks like, but we'll see what we can do. This army here, so you've seen it before. They've got 87 knights and then their usual stuff. They likely have a hard time knowing what we've got here because we're being deliberately deceitful with these mirrors and shit. It's all smoke and mirrors. So yeah, these guys should go over here. They can take the boat. He can take a boat. He cannot take a boat. He can. The goal will be to really just drown these knights in evocations, because that is what they are weak to. They've got a considerable amount of protection, but they don't have any like elemental resistances, at least that I could see. There's the chance that this is just a feint, and they're going to cross the river and try to bail out their partner. But if they do that, then they're going to be putting themselves in trouble, because then we'll just march south to Chassos itself, and they will not be able to protect it. So we will see. It is interesting. Go through the rest of the messages. First thing, battle in EA Calum, and I have not watched this battle yet, so we can experience it together. Here's Trilliax. They've got some Cynocephalians they picked up from a cave somewhere. They're Hoplites. Who are these blue people? Priests. This Basilius is some type of thug, sort of swiftness, very low HP, but everything else about him is quality. Excuse me. Here's their disciple, Eldest Cyclops, a very popular disciple choice. Again, sort of swiftness. Charcoal Shield, which is an interesting choice because, like, with these paths, he can just cast plain old Fire Shield. Repel Bird, regen. Magic resistance on this thing is atrocious, but you do not need magic resistance versus Calum. Then some random Cyclops thugs in the back here. Again, MR on these guys is comically low. This guy's MR of 8. Then who are you? Some defense organizer dude. Calum, sorry, I should have. Calum has Azure Mages with lots of water going on. Water elementals. What are you doing? Air elementals. These are the full-blooded big ones. This diseased Ahu of the Kavi. And then some warriors and a couple of ghosts. Birds do bird things and then get eaten up by Cynocephalians. Lots of air elementals coming in. Again, these are the big ones, which means that they can trample everything on the field. And, excuse me, none of these guys can really hurt Ethereal. It's just the 25% chance, which means that the air elementals do a lot of work. These guys are blessed. We've seen this before. Poison resistance, fire and shock, and regen. But overall, air elementals are just, like, they're good in any case, but they're especially effective versus this army. The water elementals haven't even made it across the field, and the air elementals have already decimated everything. And this Cyclops is getting mobbed by everybody and finally dies. So the result was dead Disciple, dead Priests, dead Cyclopses, and dead Siege Chaff. Calum lost some of their birds, which they could have managed that differently to not lose as many birds. They didn't really need the birds, to be honest. But in any case, they did not lose their any of their core mages or anything. Chassos attacked with their big army. We saw where that's located. They pushed out my raiding force. We raided. Greenskins North took a peek at this throne, so we can go ahead and see that as well. You see a bunch of basic guys who are all horror marked. There must be like a site or something that horror marks you. And then this Hydromancer itself. I would wager that there were more dudes, but they just got attacked by horrors. Maybe not. 3 might be the right number. So our goal would be to go move onto the throne, then move onto a place with the lab, and then capture this throne. Which seems totally doable. Um, then I attacked this throne here, which you notice just now has a lot less stuff in it. I have Mirror Image from the Mirage Suit, which I forgot that it even grants. Sight Vengeance, like, I've just got everything here. The only thing that I don't really have is Protection, which I don't really need for this fight. And Protection isn't even bad, it's just, like, relatively speaking, a weakness. They still haven't even popped Mirror Image. And these guys are still quite capable of going blind. So let's go ahead and turbo through this. And Rigor Mortis was cast by the Lich. That is this guy right here, which was a good call. So I am taking a bit of fatigue, although I have Reinvigoration 6 and only Encumbrance 3. I'm really glad I brought the Girdle of Strength here. Acid Spray is wiping people out, burning themselves up, as well as the Holy Brand itself. Like, each turn I'm taking out like 2 squares of undead. The Lich is casting Horde of Skeletons and sending more of those my way. Unfortunately for me, and this is like first world problems for sure. Unfortunately for me, all of these guys being tangled up by my Vine Shield means that they are not burning themselves up on the Fire Shield. Which means that more guys are not running forward to also get burnt up on the Fire Shield. We're at 98 fatigue now, so Rigor Mortis has definitely set in. We still don't appear to have taken any damage, though. Moss Body's still in effect, Mirror Image is still in effect, which it would not be if we had taken any damage. The skeletons keep coming. So at this point, this are mostly summoned skeletons right now. The original, like, Pisachas and stuff have been mostly killed. And they actually are subject to morale checks, unlike skeletons, so. Independent armies are routed. Except not this Lich for some reason. He's asleep now. And now I am routed as well, because I hit turn timer. Didn't take a single point of damage, but... So the result of that was that... 9 dudes remain. One of them is the Lich. But we'll go ahead and fly back in and deal with that nonsense this turn. Air gems, earth gems. Okay. Lost a couple scouts. And that pretty much covers it for that. We talked about this army, which is the biggest thing on my mind. We're continuing to raid Chassos. I've got this guy set to... Yeah, let's go ahead and give him a Vine Shield as well. This guy is going to go and Cloud Trapeze here since there's a Schismancer there. I figured it might be an opportunity to kill a mage. If we go ahead and look at what a Schismancer does. I hadn't realized that some of these guys had already gone AI. Schismancer. Oh, fire. So, cool. And we're accumulating Fortissimuses over here in the graveyards so that we can finally take care of Karnak. That will be the goal. We're gonna do it. It's just gonna take a while, and that is what it is. So thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you on turn 34.